Indigo Revolution. Change the Systems, Change the World by Sarah Biggs. Introduction. A system is a set of beliefs. For example, culture, religion, government, and even money are all systems. They require specific beliefs to work. Money has value because we all believe that it does. Beliefs are all that keep the systems running. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. Beliefs are passed on from generation to generation. We inherit them. We adopt beliefs from books. We are influenced what to believe by TV, pop culture, and social media. Think about it. Just about everything you believe, someone else told or influenced you to believe. It's the way it's always been done. These beliefs govern every aspect of our lives. The systems control us because we let them. We let them because we are unaware of them. However, there are some people that are aware and thus immune to this control. I call these people Indigo. We are all born into systems, which is why most people never even realize that they're under the control of them. It's like trying to explain what water is to a fish. A fish was just born in it and has always lived in it. Indigos are painfully aware of what water is, a system, and want everyone to realize that they're wet, under control. These beliefs that we have all been given to keep the systems running are what I call thought viruses. The cure to any thought virus is to simply change the belief that is making you sick. First, we have to realize that we're infected. That's where the indigos come in. It's why we're here, to let everyone know that they're sick. Awareness is what causes the systems to fail. Indigos are conscious of the systems. We're the system busters. We are creating change by asking why things are the way they are, when we know that life can be better. We can change the status quo. In order to do that, we have to stop going along with it. We have to quit doing what is considered normal. Quote, "Punk rock is more than just a style of music. It's an attitude toward life. It's a way of thinking that challenges the status quo and imagines a life outside of society's box." RuPaul. Indigos are punk rock. We do things differently. We can't function any other way. We've always been around, but have never had a common name to describe this otherness that we have. Author Stuart Wilde described what he called fringe dwellers as having a desire to evolve and to become something different. You know that there's something else. You're not restrained by society's restrictions. You're moved to the outer edge of human evolution. You're weird, man. You're totally weird. Author Martha Beck describes what she calls wayfinders as people that feel a sense of mission involving a major transformation in human experience. A strong sense that whatever that mission is, it's getting closer in time. A compulsion to master certain skills in preparation for this half-understood personal mission. High levels of empathy. An urgent desire to lessen the suffering of humans, animals, and plants. And a loneliness stemming from a sense of difference, despite being generally social. She goes on to list other common characteristics that include high levels of creativity, an intense love of animals, a difficult, often abusive or traumatic early life, an intense connection to the natural world, resistance to religion, accompanied by a strong sense of the spiritual, high levels of emotional sensitivity, accompanied by a predilection for anxiety, a sense of connection with particular cultures, languages, or geographic regions, a gregarious personality contrasting with the need for periods of solitude, a persistent or recurring physical illness, and a tendency to dream about healing others. Psychologist Abraham Maslow famously identified the hierarchy of needs. Self-actualization, self-fulfillment, meaning, and purpose is each person's final and highest need. Self-actualization means achieving one's full potential. Self-actualization is a threat to the systems. The systems are designed to limit people. They keep them oppressed and dependent. There are very few people that benefit from the current systems. These people have attained a great deal of power and want to keep it that way. So, the systems are set up in such a way to keep people from thinking for themselves. This prevents people from achieving their highest potential, thus keeping them controllable. When you are controllable, you are powerless. Indigos are immune from control systems. We can see society's strings being pulled by the puppet masters of the systems. The puppet masters keep society from realizing how much power that we have so that they can keep theirs. Indigos are here to point out the strings and let people know that they can cut them. We aren't powerless. Indigos are the breakers of chains. We are here to break people free from all the social controls they have been living with that keep them from living a much happier, freer life. The Indigo Revolution is freeing people from control. We can each reach our highest potential once we attain some semblance of personal freedom. It is already happening. Pointing a spotlight on the puppet masters brings attention to the control systems, which are meant to be invisible programs running in the background, like water to a fish. These control systems only benefit a tiny percentage of the population. I call these people the old regime, those that have been running the show for generations, keeping people powerless and under control while they prosper. Their reign is ending. Their control is being dismantled. We're starting to see it now. For example, in America, the National Rifle Association and their puppets that hold political offices are being called out by young indigos who are leading the charge to take them all out. Hollywood bigwigs are being brought down by those that never had any power in the industry, women, until now. Indigos are running for public office in ways that have never been done before, without corporate puppet master money. These newly elected indigos don't have any strings. They aren't owned. They aren't beholden to anyone except to the people they represent. Imagine that. You don't have to imagine it. It's happening. Look. It has never been easier to raise your voice. We could very well be a hashtag away from complete political, economic, and social change. The systems can change overnight when people know that they can. We don't have to deal with lies, corruption, and oppression anymore. We don't have to live at the mercy of the few. We don't have to accept the few crumbs that they allow us to have. No more BS. Things are not going back to normal. We're creating a new normal. Quote, "Normal is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work and driving through traffic in a car that you are still paying for. In order to get to the job, you need to pay for the clothes in the car and the house you leave vacant all day so you can afford to live in it. Ellen Goodman. Let's finally carry out the vision of social thinker, system builder, and author Buckminster Fuller. To make the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological offense or the disadvantage of anyone. Are you in?